for the race of champions. It's a nice start for Bell on the bottom. Basting up and around the high side, pursuing him into turn number 3 after lap number 1. Bell leads, Baston chases, CV has the 3rd spot.
CV, the only guy working the bottom at 3 and 4. You can kind of see, makes up some ground on Mason, who misses it.
Mason missed it that last lap. CV had to get on the binders, now go to top side in 1 and 2.
Baston lost a mud cover there in 1 and 2. We'll see if we get a yellow where that got up out of the racing groove.
Bit of a ways now, half straightaway up to the Caden Brown machine as Bell continues to hammer the top. Here comes Golovic, still about 4, 5, 6 car lengths back as they come around the corner. It's going to be 3 laps to go.
Wonder how valuable this has been for Shane Golovic, just getting to race amongst the fastest guys there and getting to find out more about his car in traffic as they're coming to 2 to go. And he's pacing Christopher Bell quite nicely with the double flags up in the air.
Now Christopher Bell has his team car. Caden Brown up ahead. What does he do here at the back end of this field as Golovic again reloads, starts to close back in just a little bit at the white flag lap.
Can Bell go back-to-back here on the race of champions? He's got 3 car lengths between himself and Golovic. Golovic's got one more big prayer if he wants to try it. But it is Bell, the defensive move through 3 and 4. Back-to-back wins here at the race of champions. Only time he really got into jeopardy is when they're in 2 lanes in front of him and both cars racing in front of him as well. So
yeah, at the end when Sammy drove around the slider, I was like, here comes Shane, but Christopher was able to pull away as he climbs out of the race car. Back to back in this event. Way to kick off his Chili Bowl Nationals week. And momentarily we will send it downstairs to the house to get a word with Christopher. And let's do that now. Down trackside to our winner in Christopher Bell.
Christopher Bell gets the hug and kiss from his wife, Morgan, and he will don the Hoosier Tire neckband. It's not his first Race of Champions victory. It's certainly not his first victory here inside the SageNet Center, but it's his first as the owner-driver combination. He makes his way to the top of the stage. He's the winner of this year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Race of Champions. This is Christopher Bell! So let's talk about that point first. Brian Holbert just hit on it. You've been very successful here in this building. You made a triumphant return last year, but 2026 you're doing it in your own equipment. How much does that change success here in your backyard?
It just makes everything a whole lot more stressful, that's for sure. I was about ready to puke there before the race of like, is it right? Is it wrong? What are we doing? And yeah, I think it just makes the triumph so much more rewarding. And last year, whenever I won that shootout in my micro, I was like, this is just the enjoyment that I got from being a part of the whole process, coming here. I've been so fortunate to come here with Chief Coons Motorsports, with Chad, both, and drive amazing race cars with great crew chiefs. And, it's just a lot different whenever it's all on you. You got to make sure everything's right, and it just makes the triumph so much sweeter. So, really, really proud of Colt. Colt's done an amazing job on this car. My father-in-law, Brian. And yeah, we've just been nonstop on this thing after Phoenix. So feels really good to start off the week like this. I don't know that I'm yet to win the Race of Champions and Saturday night on the same night, or on the same year. Hopefully we change that this year.
Thanks to the big brain of Brian Walker at Walkopedia, I can tell you that you have not accomplished that feat yet. The only drivers to do that are Sammy and Kevin Swindell, and Kevin's driver, Logan Seavey, but you put yourself in a fantastic position. How valuable are these extra 25 laps and the laps you get in hot lap qualifying? How much does this help the rest of your week competing here on these treacherous prelim nights?
Yeah, I mean, anytime I was watching the shootout broadcast, and I think it was Clint Boyle said, the track time is so valuable here. So obviously it helps. The Race of Champions is the cream of the crop, and it certainly feels like the Chili Bowl winner is going to come out of this race. So it feels good to be on top, and yeah, we'll see. There's a lot of racing to unfold, and that's what makes this place so great. It's the ultimate barometer for race car drivers, and there's always someone who steps up to the plate. So I'm excited to watch the prelim nights, be a part of Thursday night, obviously, and see where the field shakes out.
Now, you said you were about to throw up on the ramp before we pushed off for this one. How are you feeling with 10 to go when you catch lap traffic running side by side in front of you? You probably spent a little bit longer behind them than you would have liked. What's going on in your mind when you catch those guys and you've got someone as fast as Shane Golovic and Spencer Baston right behind you?
That's my happy spot, man. Once I get behind the wheel, it was like, all right, this is my comfort zone, what I feel really good with. So, I kept seeing Shane, I think it was Shane, poke his nose to the inside of me, and I felt like the top was going to continue to get better. The bottom was going to, lose speed, so I felt like I was in the right line. But yeah, whenever I caught the lap traffic and they were side by side, I wanted to get through there as quick as I could, but at least the bottom was plugged up to where a guy couldn't slide by me. And then, once I got by Sammy, I was able to put some clean laps together.
Race of Champions once again goes to Christopher Bell. Congratulations. Best of luck this week.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your O'Reilly Auto Parts Race of Champions winner, Christopher Bell!
Heck of a performance by Christopher Bell, owner, driver, and his own equipment. Leads them all 25 laps here of the O'Reilly's Race of Champions. Takes home some hardware and has a provisional in his back pocket if he needs it for the A main event this year. Good showing, and like he credited to you, Clinton, valuable seat time that he just put in his pocket.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's really important laps for Christopher that doesn't run midgets throughout the year, and brand new program with brand new cars, and they collected a lot of really good data there for him and his team. So they'll go back, they'll meet with Caden. I think they'll discuss, and they're only going to get faster. They're not going to slow down any. But it's interesting to hear Christopher talk about how nervous he was before rolling out there, and the emotions, and you can see how much this really means to him and how much it carries by his smile on his face. That's as genuine of a smile, I think, as you'll ever see on Christopher's face, and this is a really special moment for him and his team.
That was a big one for him and the guy.